Hello, this is Tina Kadish, and welcome to tonight's Blab, Hitting the Bullseye with Your Mission. Hi, Cordell. Tell me a little bit about yourself before I allow you to come in. Where are you from, Cordell? Okay, so welcome to tonight's Blab, Hitting the Bullseye with Your Mission. Let me introduce myself, and Cordell, please put in the chat where you're from and tell me a little bit about yourself so that I can know a little bit about you. So tonight's topic, like I said, is hitting the bullseye with your mission. And as an entrepreneur myself, my business is called Life is Ideal. And what I do is I help entrepreneurs monetize their passions, grow their income as an entrepreneur, and really getting clear on their purpose. So tonight we're going to talk more about being intentional with your purpose. Really think about that for a little bit. Like, how intentional are you with your purpose? Is very important. And as a business owner, you really want to know, what is your purpose? What is your why of being in business or whatever you're doing in life? Welcome, Papa Bear. How are you? Where are you from? Please feel free in the chat to share who you are, where you're from, and welcome to tonight's Blab on Hitting the Bullseye with Your Mission. My name is Tina Kadish. I'm from Connecticut, and I love to blab because I love to connect with people, engaging in conversations with people. And so I'm so privileged to have people join me tonight here on my Blab. So as I was saying a few minutes ago, being clear with your purpose is key. And we all have our own talents, our own abilities, and passions, but really being clear about what it is. So being intentional, okay? Who would like to chat here and tell me a little bit about yourself? Cordell and Papa Bear, Alaska, so that we can know more about you as well. And later on during my Blab, I will get some callers in so we can have a dialogue. But before that, I'd like to have people introduce themselves. We are recording here tonight as well. So there will be a replay of this Blab for anyone who has subscribed but couldn't attend tonight. So again, welcome to you that joined us. So we all have a focus, a purpose, but it's being clear with your purpose. And there's 4 components that we're going to talk about. Hello, Papa Bear. Where are you from, Papa Bear? And what do you do? Tell me a little bit about yourself so that we can learn more. I am from Connecticut. Life is Ideal is my business name. And what I do is I help entrepreneurs discover their passions, monetize their passions, grow their income, improve their relationship with money. And wow, that's what I thought. Okay, Alaska. Is it cold there? Because we're in Connecticut and we're having a crummy spring. I'm looking forward to summer, and I'm not a summer person, but I can't wait for summer. So work professionally with youth. Wow, what an impact. That's great. And one of the things I want to share is with our mission is being intentional with not only what your purpose is, but what impact. So you're impacting the youth, Papa Bear, which is awesome, I think. And you provide suicide prevention camps. Oh my God, that is so awesome. I think that we have an epidemic where there's a lot of youths that could commit suicide, and there's so many things going on in this country. But so that's good that you're providing suicide prevention camps and you work professionally with youth. That's awesome. Cordell, where are you from? Are you still with us? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Okay, title, Mission Accomplished. Interesting. Okay. Good, good. So also want to bring to your attention, if you want to put in a question, just put the /NQ in the chat with the question, and then I will get to your question and answer it. So I definitely want to have a dialogue here tonight. And so let's begin again with being clear. And we all have, like I said, unique talents, abilities, gifts to offer to the world. So when I said be intentional with your purpose, but being intentional with your impact, like Papa Bear, your impact is you are helping the youth, okay? And you're working with them and you're providing suicide prevention. Cordell, are you still there? Please put in the chat, where are you from and how do you help people? What is your mission? Okay. And Papa Bear, I'll have to look up your book, Mission Accomplished. Is it on Amazon? I'm a book lover, love to read different books. Awesome. That's great. Good, good. I'll have to look it up. So anyway, and our mission is as unique as your DNA, because we're all unique. We all have our special talents and abilities and gifts to offer to the world. So, okay, good. Amazon Kindle and iBooks. Very good, probably. I'll have to definitely look it up because I always want to learn new things, learn more about people and what they do, okay? So, to continue. So, the first step is really to get clear, okay? PapaBearAlaska.com for a soft copy. Good, good, good. I'll look it up, definitely. And so, the first step is, like I said, is to get clear on what is your unique value. How many of you heard of your unique value proposition? Tell me a little bit if you have. Put it in the comments that you have. What is unique to you? For me, I help entrepreneurs get free. And how do I do that? It's really by improving their relationship with money and growing their income substantially or exponentially. A lot more money, taking your business to the next level. If you're struggling as an entrepreneur, you really want to take it to the next level, or you're making money and you want to grow your income. I help entrepreneurs. So one of the things that I go through with my clients is mission, mastering your mission. And so tonight I want to talk more about that, as I said. So being clear on what is your unique value. Okay, what is your impact? Getting clear on your purpose is huge, okay? So there is an acronym called DEEP, D-E-E-P. And we're gonna go through each of them because there's 4 components to hitting the bullseye with your mission, okay? And let me again say, if you have any questions, put the /Q in the chat, and then I can answer your questions, because it's great that you're both here, and there's more people that are going to be watching the replay. They couldn't get on tonight, so I want to make sure that this is a valuable content to all of you, and that you're not here to just watch me blab, okay? So the first piece, or the first step of DEEP, is design. So let me talk about that. It's what is unique about you. And I want you to think about that. And I definitely feel free to write some unique things about you, like 5 to 10 strengths. We're talking about strengths here. What's unique to you? All right, what are your strengths? For me, I'll give you an example. I am good with people. I like being in front of people. I am a lifelong learner. I'm always, I have a zest for self-improvement and empowering people. But one of my strengths is also that I want to help people, and I want to improve their lives, and I want them to find freedom, because one of the things that's very been important to me, a value of mine, is achieving freedom. How can I have time freedom, financial freedom for people, for myself? Because I want to get excited about life. What lights your fire? Okay, so that's one of the things when I talk about the D in DEEP, it's what's unique to your world? How are you wired, in other words, okay? So please put in the chat, what is unique about you? What is unique about you? Please write some things down. What are some of your strengths? And because I definitely want to have a conversation here so that I can know about it. Anything unique about you. Cordell, tell me a little bit about yourself before I know that you want to be in the open seat, but I'd like to know more about you before we go on. Okay, so tell me a little bit more, Cordell. I haven't heard from you. I know that you're on. And Papa Bear, what is unique about you? What are some of your strengths? I shared a little bit more about me. Some of my strengths, like I said, are I'm loyal. Okay, I can be trusted. I'm good in front of people. I'm a spiritual person as well. And those are some of my strengths. I also already said that I'm a lifelong learner. Love to read different books on all different topics. That to me is very important to me. Okay. Anyone have any uniqueness about you? Oh, come on, Papa Bear. You have uniqueness. You have talents and gifts. Cordell, how about you? Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Okay. No one wants to share what is unique about them. Don't be shy. We're here to have a dialogue so that we can get to know you. I appreciate you joining me tonight on Hitting the Bullseye with Your Mission. And we're starting with the acronym DEEP, and the D is design. What are your strengths? What is unique about you? We all have talents. We all have gifts to offer to the world that makes us unique. What do we offer people? Okay. All right. Sorry, another call that came in was attracted to your title. Oh, okay. All right. So Papa Bear, are you still on the call? Please share. I'm glad that you were attracted to your title. One of the things that I've learned is that when you're doing Blab or anything you're doing in social media, you really want to attract people into your space and really, but providing value. So hitting the bullseye with your mission, which is, these are the 4 steps that I'm going to talk about tonight. So please share, Papa Bear, what is unique about you. Would love to know more about you. I know that you're from Alaska and that you help the youths, and you're a suicide prevention, which is an awesome, awesome mission. And you have a book and all of that. Cordell is in the background. He's not sharing about himself. So I don't know if you're on, but I see that you're on. So would love to hear from you, Cordell. All right. So D for design. What is unique about you? Feel free to ask questions /Q. I'm here. I taught a workshop years ago calling Hitting the Bullseye. Oh, okay. Awesome. So Papa Bears, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's unique about you? What are some of your strengths? It was for youth leadership. Okay, great. So what would you say are some of your strengths? Give me a couple of strengths. Like I shared a little bit about some of my strengths. I'm loyal. I'm a lifelong learner. Building leaders in my field. Great. Awesome. Okay. And how long have you been in business, Papa Bear? That's an awesome thing that you're doing, Papa Bear. So that is really, you're building leaders in your field. You are making an impact to the youths, which is awesome. Thanks, Cordell, for the love teens cultural diversity. Thanks, Cordell. Tell me more about you, Cordell. I know that you love what I said, but I'd love to hear more about you, what you do, and where you're from as well. Okay, Cordell? All right. 32 years. Wow. 32 years professionally. Oh my gosh. I've been in my business for about 5 years. And really, I was working in the corporate world in training and development. And then I really wanted to be an entrepreneur, love helping people. So that's one of the strengths that I have, is helping others. And right now, specifically, I'm helping entrepreneurs to grow their income exponentially, improve their relationship with money, And I do a whole piece on money mindset, but tonight we're focusing on there is a reason they call me Papa Bear. Please share, because that is a unique name. Tell me why that they call you Papa Bear. Papa Bear. One of the things that I've learned on Blab is that I get a lot of unique individuals. Like I said, we're all unique. We all have, we're as unique as our DNA. So we all have our special gifts and talents. So we went through D for design. What is unique about us? What is your personality? Okay. The next one in deep is experience. Our personal experiences from either childhood, adulthood. We have to go back to our experiences to really know who we are today. Because a lot what we go through in our experiences impact us. And it's an indicator of what our calling is, what is our destiny from our experiences. And so we've had challenges, traumas in our life that really made us who we are today. And a lot of the things that we've experienced is what, we might be doing today. Or, if you've had some experiences, like, I'll give you an example. Maybe you've had an abusive childhood. And now today you're helping children, or you're helping families that were in that experience. Whatever your experiences are, I grew up, I'll be totally honest with you, I grew up with a family that didn't have enough money, was always a lack of money, and we always struggled, and I always had a fear around money. So that impacted. So some of my experiences as a child have impacted me as an adult, where I've always had scarcity mindset instead of abundance mindset. Okay. So that's, for me, was what impacted my experience today. And I've had to work on that and really get over that and coming from scarcity to abundance. And so that's one of the things that I help people with, getting clear on what is your mission, what is your purpose. Papa Bear, tell me about your reason why they call you Papa Bear. I'd like to know more about it. So experiences, your challenges, your traumas really affect your mission. The third in the deep is your expertise. We all have certain skills. We all have credentials. We have talents and abilities. And all of these expertise, our skills, are also that affect our mission. And that why we're in business today is because of that. So it's not only your strengths. What are your strengths? What are your experiences as a child, as an adult, that really impact your mission today, impact your calling? Those are your indicators. But your expertise, and so what are your areas of expertise? Papa Bear, tell me a little bit more about you. What is your expertise, would you say, in your professional business? I know you work with youths. You've been in business for 32 years. You work with teens, cultural diversity. What is your expertise? Would you say it's the youths? Or what would you say? For me, my expertise has been, there's a reason they call me Papa Bear. Okay. Oh, welcome, Plenitude. How are you today? Thanks for joining us tonight on Hitting the Bullseye with Your Mission. And actually, it's Whitney, right? Whitney. I almost didn't recognize the name. Thanks for joining me. I have to remember people's missions, leadership. Great. Awesome. So Whitney, just to recap on Hitting the Bullseye, we started with, there's 4 pieces of Hitting the Bullseye. One of them is your design. And what I mean by design is, what are your unique, what's unique about you? How are you wired? And listing some strengths about you. And we talked about some strengths here where, we all have strengths. We all have talents and abilities that affect our mission. Okay. So that's really what brings us to our mission. And we want to be intentional with our purpose, is one of the things that I talked about earlier. So, okay, Papa Bear. So your credentials are youths, missions, leadership development. Absolutely. That's one of the things that I've done is leadership development in my training and development. Those are some of my credentials. I'm a certified money power coach. I'm a certified passion test facilitator. I help people discover their passions. I help entrepreneurs grow their business and make money. And so that's what I help. I help specifically entrepreneurs. And my program, 3 Steps Roadmap to Freedom, covers happier, wealthier, and healthier. So excellent. I'm a certified fashion stylist. Awesome, Whitney. Great. So certified fashion stylist, you help people be beautiful by what they're wearing, and you help them. So excellent. Anything else? Very good, Whitney. Yes. So Papa Bear is from Alaska, by the way, Whitney. He is a certified, he helps the youths. He helps suicide prevention. He's been doing this for 32 years. If you have any questions, definitely put /Q, and then I could answer your questions. I want to have a dialogue. Whitney, if you want to call in and we could be in the seat, that would be great. If you'd like to do that, then we could have a dialogue with each other and with our group. So Whitney, feel free to call in, and I could open it for you. Okay. If not, that's okay too. Okay. So we're in the acronym DEEP, Whitney. First one was design. We talked about experience. Adult experiences, childhood experiences affect our mission. Okay. And really, what it really is our indicators to our calling. Okay. So Whitney, are you saying you want to call in? All right, let me see. I'm still getting to learn Blab a little bit, so bear with me a little bit. No, not now. Okay. Okay, Whitney. All right, next time. Okay. So anyway, so let's get back to DEEP, which is the acronym that really helps you to hit the bullseye with your mission. So experience, we talked about. So expertise, we talked about that. What are your expertise? So Whitney, you said you're a certified fashion stylist. Papa Bear, your leadership development, you help your youth ministry missions. That's awesome. So I'm just like, wow, by what you do. Also a designer. Yes, I know, Whitney, great. Designer, certified fashion stylist. We all have unique gifts, talents, and abilities to offer the world, okay? That's what we do, all right? So that's one of the things. That's the E, the second E. So we're going through DEEP. DEEP is D for design. The first E is experience, our childhood experiences, our adulthood experiences, and then our expertise is a second E that we talk about is your areas of expertise. I love being in front of people. I'm credentialed in, what I offer as a money power coach, as a certified passion test facilitator. I love being in front of people, and I just enjoy helping people. Sorry, I got to head out to a meeting. We'll need to catch a replay. Okay, Papa Bear, thanks again, and there will definitely be a replay. Thanks for joining us. Okay, yes, definitely catch the replay. The fourth one, the P, is passion. Okay, what are your passions? What do you enjoy to do? So Whitney, what do you enjoy doing? Tell me a little bit more about you that naturally gravitates you, that lights your fire. What are you passionate about? And then I could tell you a little bit more about what my passions are, tell you more about that as well. Whitney, what are some of your passions? What do you love to do? Dancing, sketching. Awesome. Okay. Sketching. So what do you like to sketch? You're a creative person, obviously, because you are a fashion stylist and designer. So absolutely, I could see why you are creative. Your design concepts. Yep. What my passions are is one of the things I love to do is I love gardening. I love reading. I love being in nature, walking, just relaxing too, reading books. And I love being by the beach and relaxing are some things that I like to do. Absolutely. Okay. Accept. Whitney's calling in.
Hi. I figured this might be faster.
It is faster. I tell you, see, you look beautiful.
Oh gosh, I'm a mess.
No, you're not. Whitney, it's me and you. Come on.
I've been running a lot today.
Okay. So, hey, I'm so glad you called in. So,
Thank you.
and so your design concepts, you love sketching, you love dancing. What type of dancing do you like to do?
Actually, I do modern dancing. I've been doing that for probably a good 20 years or so.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And I used to teach dance at one point. So
Used to teach dancing.
long time ago, very long time ago.
Nice. See, I love dancing.
Period of time.
That's one of the things I have to say. Like, I love country music. I love jazz. I love the blues music. And
great.
yeah. And so there's times that I'm in the car and I'm just dancing and having fun in the car. That's one of the things that I enjoy doing. So I'm passionate about that.
Now I'm known for dancing down the aisles in supermarkets sometimes.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. But don't tell anybody.
That's okay. That's okay. One of the things that I've learned, because I tend to take life too seriously. And so one of the things that I also encourage is getting out of your comfort zone. So when I went for my certification for the passion test, and the woman who created the tool was there, and she's crazy. Janet Atwood is really crazy fun. And so we were at Atlantic City, and she wanted us to go to in the middle of where they were gambling, and there was some music going on, and she wanted us to all dance in front of everybody to just dancing. So it was actually fun. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm making a fool out of myself. So we have to enjoy.
After a while, you get into it.
We got into it, and I was like, this felt really good. It was releasing. So it was absolutely good. It was really fun. So, so what part did you miss when you came in? Did you hear the whole? Because I started with design.
Well, I caught the tail end of the design.
Okay.
Yes, so, I was trying to take notes.
All right.
Be intentional with your purpose.
Yeah. So being intentional with your purpose is what I said, is because we want to be intentional with our purpose. We want to really create an impact to the world. And what is our legacy? And, that's something that I learned from my business coach, Princess Bola Adelani, was talking on a Periscope or a video. I forgot what it was. And she said, think about your legacy. If you could do things differently, what would it be? And so what are we doing today? What is our mission? What is our purpose that we can impact others and create a legacy? So when I talk about the mission, when I work with my clients, is really being clear with what is your core purpose. Okay. And, what is it that you want? What is unique about you? So I go through this process of the deep test, or process. And the first one is design. So design is what is unique about your personality, listing some of your strengths. Okay. So I go through that because we really got to know, what are our strengths? What do we love to do? Those are our passions, but what are some of our strengths? So what are some of your strengths? Tell me a little bit more about you, Whitney, your strengths.
Oh gosh. That's very interesting. I think that for the most part, I tend to have a giving personality.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's always easier when other people identify. But I tend to, kind of jump in there, when I can and give. I'm not, the ultimate giver all the time, but Yeah, I think that's one of the things that definitely comes
Okay,
up. I will jump in there, step in there at different times, and
good,
okay,
good.
if you need something, yeah, absolutely, I'm there.
Yeah, like
And
that's good. That's good. So you're a giving person.
yeah.
What else? Anything else that you would say are some of your strengths?
Oh,
You have a lot of strengths, I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I have a lot of things I'm working on. Yes.
Okay, okay, all right. So tell me more about what do you think is your mission? What is your purpose? What is it that I know that you're a fashion stylist and designer. So tell me what your purpose would be in
Well,
business.
I think, well, I mean, as far as the business is concerned, or just personally, I mean, I think, overall, the purpose really, and I'm sure it's not just my life, but other people's life, is really to serve, and to really, stand in the gap for other people,
Okay,
to be a help, to utilize your skills, your talents, your abilities, and what you're able to do,
right.
and to take that and to find a way to benefit people with it.
Okay, good. Hey,
That's
Zeph.
pretty
Zeph
much
has joined us. Whitney.
F.
Hi, Zeph.
Yes.
Hi, Zeph. I love
Yeah.
having Zeph. Zeph, you can call in if you want. You're used to that. We've got Whitney here, who
Yeah.
I was lonely a few minutes ago until Whitney decided to call in, and you wouldn't, and then she decided to.
She got me in the hot seat.
One of the things, and Zeph can relate to this, is that doing blabs, you get lonely if you're by yourself doing a blab, and you need people. So I could see
Absolutely.
why periscopes are. It's okay to be alone because you're the giver, and people are just
Right.
listening to you. But blabbing, you need people in the
Interactive.
hot seat. You need the
Yeah.
open seat. You need the hot seat. So I so appreciate you tonight, Whitney, for joining.
I'm glad I could be of help.
You did.
Glad
You
to be of
see,
service.
you showed you are a giver. I'm also a giver. I love to support other people as well. Like I love to support people's businesses. How can I help you? And Zeph just had, were you on her last blab tonight? She just had a blab and we were
Yeah,
talking.
I saw it, but I saw that it came up, but I wasn't able to attend. But I'm glad hers is finished, and now we're all together. So this
Yes,
is
now we're
good.
all together and I'm going to, I was
Yes.
on it live. And so for me tonight, people can watch the replay and then tweet this out, ladies. Yes, thanks, Zeph. I have a problem tweeting it. It doesn't go for some reason. See if you can do it, Whitney.
Okay, let me see. Something just came up.
Because I have a yellow on the screen. Oh, you just went out. Whitney just went out. Okay. Now she's coming back.
I have a thing I can notify followers. Okay, so
Yes.
okay.
Yes. For some reason, Zeph, on my end, I can't share. I click on the tweet and I have a yellow bar. So I'm having challenges with that. But anyway, so
Yeah,
Whitney, thanks.
I'm hitting
Thanks.
it also, and I don't know if it's going through.
Okay. Yellow bar is okay. Okay, that's what I have, a yellow bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe yours
Share.
went through.
I don't know. It's not, we'll see. Okay, well, feel free to tweet, post to Facebook on our conversation tonight, which is hitting the bullseye with your
Okay.
mission. So, yeah, so Whitney, getting back to the first in the acronym DEEP. So, Zeph, the acronym DEEP is what I talk about. There's 4 components. You're done? No, I'm not done. DEEP. I'm not done. First component in
Not done
no,
yet.
not done, not done. It's about DEEP. What time did you start? I started 7:30. I started 7:30. Okay, good. So I started 7:30 and I was a little lonely. Had a couple of callers. There was a couple of people had to leave, so they came in and then one thing about Blab is they come in and out. So we had some conversation going on and then Whitney joined us tonight and then Zeph as well. So I'm not done. Yes, Zeph. So please share, ask questions. I'm getting better at this as I do more blabs. So getting back to DEEP. So design, what are our strengths? What is unique to us? We want to be intentional with our purpose. We want to think about the impact that we are providing. what is our legacy? Okay.
Right.
So,
Right.
and experience is the next piece in deep. Okay. The first E, experience. We all have our childhood and adulthood experiences, our challenges, our traumas that are indicators to our calling or our mission. So that's one of the things while doing stuff, she's listening. So D, design, and then experience.
Right.
Okay. And that's what we talked about. So childhood, adulthood experiences, that really is our indicators. Okay.
Right.
What are some of your experiences, Whitney, that you'd like to share that have been indicators to your life today, to your purpose, to what you're doing? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, I think a lot of experiences have been, I'd say, challenging, and it's an indicator, that it's a strength builder,
Okay.
and I think that is something that becomes necessary for leadership. If you're going to lead and carry the load, of a company or whatever it is that you're doing, you have to have the strength to be able to endure certain things, take certain things, and to not allow it to really, as I heard it said once, it's very, very interesting, but ships only sink if the water gets into them, not if they're in the water. So,
awesome. I like that.
Ministry stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's what happens. And so it's just very important for you to be strengthened. And the only way you really can be strengthened is to, go through certain exchanges, certain challenges, situations, what have you. And it builds you up, it toughens you up,
Right. Builds character.
It really does. It really does. And it's, it's hard to see it when you're in the middle of it. It's very intriguing to try to really see that. It's hard to see through the storm. But once you come out on the other side, you can look back and appreciate the fact that, okay, this has changed a certain aspect of my character. This has built me up. This has helped me to be stronger. So if I ever face anything like that again, I know that I can get through it. I know that I'll survive it.
Okay, good.
I've come out once, so if it happens again, I'm good.
You have resiliency, so you're resilient, and which is awesome. And I really believe that experiences, for me, let me share a little bit about my experiences. I grew up in a household where, Italian immigrants, the oldest of three girls, and my father was the breadwinner. My mother was a stay-at-home mom, and we just never had enough money. Never enough money. We always struggled. My father worked 3 jobs, always worked. And he's 82 now. He stopped working, maybe retired, maybe about 5 years ago, but he's always been a worker, but also an entrepreneur. Wow. And I grew up with never having enough money. There was always a struggle with money. And so just growing up with that scarcity mindset. So what I had to learn from my experiences of having that scarcity mindset is that I have to come from a place of abundance, that the money is there.
Right.
It is coming, even though I was struggling. And so when I made that shift, not only did I have less anxiety, less stress, I had more peace of mind. Even if the money wasn't there, but I kept saying the money is here, I'm okay, putting things in perspective. So those experiences really led me to, to be who I am today. And being a hard worker like my dad, I have a lot of his traits, the entrepreneurial mindset, the hard worker, the strong work ethic. And I instilled that in my kids, and my kids both have strong work ethics as well, and are driven, not necessarily by money, but necessarily by working hard and being a good person and helping others. And what can they do better? So that was very, it was our experiences, and then as an adulthood, was married, got divorced, had to move out of our house. And so that was also traumatic, challenging, being a single mom with 2 kids, wasn't fun. And so that was more money scarcity going on. And so it was scary. It was really scary. And so I was always a worrier. That was another thing, because I got that from my experiences. So our point is, the experiences impact our calling. And that is huge, like where we're from to arrive to where we are today.
It's in every experience, gathering the takeaway from the experience, and in the takeaway from the experience, there's a clue to, where you're headed, where you're going, where God has positioned you to be. It really is an indicator. It's like, okay, well, I'm having these different experiences, so what am I getting out of this?
Right.
What are the takeaways from this experience? And then once you figure out what the takeaways are, it's kind of, like a little trail of M&Ms. It's like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And like they say, it's a challenge to your greatness. Never is anything more put on you than you can actually handle. Because it'll kill you.
Exactly.
Crush you.
Exactly. No, exactly. So, so I see someone trying to call in. So Cordella, I want to know more about you before I allow you to call in.
Hello.
And where you're from. So that's one of the things that I definitely want to know more about. So we're going through experience right now, which is the first E in DEEP. That's a tool that I work through with my clients as part of my program. And then the third E, which part of DEEP, is expertise. So you mentioned earlier that you're a certified fashion stylist, a fashion designer, and you're creative, basically. You design, and I've never been creative. That's one of the things. I am not going to say that I have that as a strength. So thank you, Zeph, for being my scribe. I was going to write that in. I love her. I just love her. She's awesome.
She is.
Thank you, Zeph.
I'm waiting for her to get on the call.
I know, she's busy. She's always so like doing labs.
She is. She's like the blab queen.
Yes, she is. So anyway, so with expertise, it's really looking at your skill sets. What are some of your credentials? And so, like I mentioned, I'm a certified money power coach, and I've certified passion test. But it's not our credentials. It's like, who are we? Right. I'm not about titles. I'll totally be honest with you. I'm not about the titles. I don't get hung up on titles. I'm not impressed by people's titles. For me, what's important is what's in here. What is in your heart? What is your character?
Well, you could have the title and not be able to do the job. So
absolutely.
It's more important to do the job than have the title.
It is. Absolutely. That's an awesome truth. Absolutely. So when we talk about expertise, it's really about, looking at what you've mastered, what you've honed in on. And so one of the things, I'm learning is doing more blabs, being more consistent with blabs. And, that's for me. I get nervous before doing them, and I'm like, oh gosh, and I'm on video again, and who's going to call it? But you have to get out of your comfort zone. So I'm not going to say I'm an expert at that by any means, not even close. Okay. So, but some of my, expertise, I love being in front of people. I've been in training. I just love talking to people. And if I can make a difference in their life, change something about them, for me, that is what I'm passionate about. And what I what I say is an expertise of mine. Okay. Any other expertise that you believe you have, Whitney?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. My family tends to call me. My dad likes to call me. He's like, you're the lawyer in the family.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he always loves to say that about me. I do like a multitude of different things. I like law. I like medicine. There are different things that I enjoy. Just as a side gig.
Okay.
I find kind of intriguing and kind of fun, and ministry and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm, getting a little more into that, So.
Okay. Well, I actually used to want to be a lawyer. Back in when I was, yes, I did. I wanted to be, I went to get a job as a legal secretary. So I was a legal secretary. I was actually going to be a paralegal, and I also wanted to be an attorney. And I just didn't want to go to school all those years to be an attorney. And that's the reason why I decided not to. But
Right.
to this day, if I'm having a conversation with someone, sometimes I'll like debate or, like think about how can I,
Right.
argue this case. So
Right.
I
Right.
must have some of those skills in me that I don't know where I got that from, but
I was doing it at work the other day. I was like, because we were, having a little thing at the job, and I'm like, well, can they do that? Is that legal? I started getting into that. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So that was one of the skills that I must have had as a childhood that I wanted to be. That was an experience. I don't know where I got that from, but so that's part of the expertise that we talk about. The fourth letter P, as part of the deep, is passion. What do we enjoy doing? What do we love to do? What lights our fire? Like really, what gets us excited every day? And really,
Can you guess?
so what is your passion, Whitney? What do you think? Let's see.
Can you guess?
Clothes, fashion.
Just a little bit.
And I'm curious, Whitney, what led you to go into fashion? What was it about fashion that really called you to it?
It's been there with me since childhood. It's been there with me since childhood.
Okay.
Before I even really knew what a fashion designer was, I was sketching.
That's good.
And I've always enjoyed, sketching, developing concepts, all that kind of stuff. And I really actually, I didn't start getting into, I would say, formal training until I was almost an adult.
Okay.
But all of that time, it was just passion. It really was just passion. Driving it. That was the main driving force.
Okay.
Like in terms of sketching, I hadn't looked at techniques for sketching, for actual illustration, until I was probably, well into adulthood.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
See,
so
nice.
the way I sketched it really just, it really just came internally. It just came from within, and it was just generated. I just constantly kept illustrating and illustrating and illustrating and illustrating, and as I went along, it just got better and better and better. Thank God for that.
Okay. And so have you always done that? Have you always done the fashion? Have you always been that creative? Did you do anything else before that? Always. Yeah.
Yeah. Always.
Awesome. That's really good.
That's always been the passion. That has really always been the passion.
That's good. That's good. No, and that's when I talked earlier, I don't know if you heard me, it's as unique as your DNA. I mean, this is innate in you. This is something that it can't be taught. In my opinion, being creative, I mean, we could learn skills, go to school, be a fashion designer, but there's things that are just innate. They're in us that can't be taught. And that's part of, who we are. So, and what makes us unique. And, like I said earlier, we all have passions and talents and abilities that we offer the world. And what is it that we're offering? How are we transforming people's lives? What legacy are we leaving? What impact are we making for people in the world? And what you're doing is, I mean, you're creating beauty. You're helping women or men. If you're focusing primarily on women, they feel beautiful about themselves. When they're dressed up nice and you're making it unique to them, they walk out. Like when I had my headshot and I had all my makeup on, I felt really good. I had this dress, the makeup was on, my hair was all done. You feel differently when you feel good inside, and it shows on the outside. It's unique. So you make people special and they feel really good about themselves. So that's your mission. You really hit the bullseye, Whitney, with the mission. And you are an example tonight of how you can hit the bullseye. And so that's what I mean with hitting the bullseye, is really getting deep, with your mission and understanding what, impact you're making and how you're really unique to the world. And we all have our special gifts and talents. and abilities to the world.
What always amazes me is the fact that, you know, I get more energized when I'm doing it.
Of course.
Ideas will come to me. Even ways of constructing things that I'm not even necessarily aware of, you know, but it's just simply God will drop it in my spirit and be like, okay, do it this way, do it that way. And it works out so well. And I'm very grateful for that, you know, that I'm able to really have that, but it's so innate. It's so a part of me that it's very hard to, you know, extricate me from it.
Right.
And it's just a very different, I feel competent. It's amazing. It's a whole nother dynamic takes place, you know, when it happens. Even when I don't know what I'm doing, I feel this passion, this energy, and just I drive right through it. Just a whole nother entity.
Right. No,
it's like that's that area, and it's like, okay, yeah.
That's awesome, Whitney.
That's just
no, that's really good. And that is your passion. Now, are there anybody else in your family that's creative like you? Like, is anybody else in fashion or creative?
My mother's mother, who's since passed away, but my mother's mother used to be a sample maker. She was a sample maker for 43 years.
Okay.
So
So you got you got some of those, uniqueness. Yeah, it is your DNA. Absolutely, Whitney. For me, my father was a tailor, so he designed suits, dresses, but none of his kids got any of the creativity. No one is creative in that. Even my two kids, well, my daughter's a writer, my son is in IT, but there isn't a lot of art going on or anything like that. We didn't. Yeah, we didn't pick that up. But I might want to talk to your dad. Yeah, so he's amazing. He was, as a child, he was doing tailoring and really sketches, and he didn't need a pattern. He just designed suits. He designed a lot of clothes. He actually made all of my clothes when I was a child for Halloween. He designed clothes for my daughter. So that's your uniqueness. So getting back to, you know, what are our expertise, what are we designed out of, is what we're talking about tonight. So I think
what's your distinctive offering to the world? What do you bring to the table?
Right.
Why did God put you here?
Why did God put us? We all have a purpose. Definitely, we all are unique, and I think that we need to tap into our uniqueness, our zone of brilliance. We need to zone into that. Yeah, zone of brilliance is very important to. Let me type that in. Zone of brilliance.
Zone of brilliance. That's
because I mean, that's something we need to tap into. That we all have brilliance, and I think that sometimes we what's the word? We shortchange ourselves. We really minimize what we really are capable of doing, and we sabotage ourselves because we have limiting beliefs, and that's a whole nother topic. But that affects us.
There's a fluidity, you know, that happens when you are really operating in your mission and your purpose and what you're called to do and to be here for. There's something that happens that's very different. There's a different kind of fluidity, different kind of flow, and you feel it, and you know it's very present. You know, you think differently, you operate differently, you function differently. You know, in that area. Like I said, even when you don't know, there's an intuitive nature that knows for you.
That's right. You know? That's right.
You just flow. You absolutely flow in.
Right. So we're coming up to the hour. It's 8:25, and I've enjoyed definitely having this conversation tonight. And I want to thank you Whitney, for coming in and supporting me and being on this topic. And absolutely, Zeph, for joining us, and also for the people that couldn't stay the whole time tonight because of commitment. There's people that subscribed as well that couldn't come in as well. So I definitely love the replays because I'll post the replay so that we could watch it and other people watch it as well. But I think that this was a good topic. I hope that you found it valuable. I hope you learned something about it. Was there anything that resonated with you tonight that would you say an aha moment? Anything that was an aha that you didn't think about? Anything you've learned?
Well, I think as far as the experiences, that, definitely those going back to look over the experiences that you've had, and to really figure out, okay, well, in those experiences, what were the takeaways, and what is really indicative of your calling and indicative of where you should be.
Right.
So that's something to really, you have to sit down with that one for a while. You have to really meditate because there's so many different experiences that you've had, but to go back through that Rolodex and really sit down and say, okay, this is what the takeaway was from that experience. Because sometimes the emotional pain that you have in the experience clouds out what you should have gotten out of the experience.
That's true. Absolutely.
That should have come out of the experience.
Yes.
But if you move the emotions out of the way, then you can figure out, okay, well, this was the lesson. This was what God was trying to actually, either instill in me, teach me, or what have you. Then you learn in that. And you're like, oh, okay, that's what I was supposed to get out of that.
That's right. No, it's true because emotions plays a big part in how, it definitely impacts us. Absolutely, is our emotions. And so we have to put that away and then think about objectively, like you said, what have we learned from this particular experience? What would I do differently the next time?
Right.
And so all of these experiences are important for us. And we need to go through these experiences in order to really be who we are today. And so that it also gives us clarity.
Help identify character flaws.
Yes. And it gives us that clarity to focus on our mission. What is our purpose? And as we're going through life, the journey of life, we might be changing our mission too. As well. Things change. And so we need to, go with the change. I've gone through a lot of changes and it's made me stronger. If we don't go through our challenges, it doesn't make us who we are. And I think that going through challenges, struggles, obstacles is key. Right. And important for our mission. So that's it for tonight. I want to again thank everybody. I'm going to pause the recording now, and then we will talk at another time. Thanks for joining us tonight, Whitney. Bye, Zav. Thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. Bye.